Hello guys, this is Roger69501 and welcome to my channel. Well, on this video I'm going to give you my thoughts for Dark Knight Metal issue number 2. I know that it's late. Basically, this is what this comic book came out, I think it was, it's not that I think, it came out last year, but you don't know what happened. So what I'm doing is that I'm rereading the metal books because I fall behind on my reading. So I decide to reread them, and while I'm rereading it, I will make a video, which happens to be this one. So here's issue number 2 of Dark Knight's Metal number 2. Now check out that cover. Now sorry about the glare, but what can I say? It's a metal cover. Yeah, I know. You know, the more people complains about the 90s is more, I've seen videos that some people complain about the 90s, about the gimmicks and the pretty covers and metal cover and all that. Well, the more people complain about the 90s, I see that we're getting more into the 90s. If that makes any sense. So, whatever, me, I had fun in the 90s. Yeah, I know, the 90s suck in few things. But other than that, in the 90s came out some pretty good stories, which, what the heck. But me, I had fun. That's the important thing. Okay, to the story. Okay. On this story starts with the Justice League chasing, or actually looking for Batman all over the earth, because they're chasing Batman because Batman has what everybody wants on his backpack. You see, it seems like Batman has the most powerful thing on his backpack. Not only that every single member of the Justice League is chasing Batman, looking for him. We have Superman in outer space. We have Aquaman on the water, obviously. And we have Flash running all over different places and cities on planet Earth, searching for Batman. The thing is that eventually Cyborg caught up with him in the rainforest of the Amazon. Not only that, the funny thing is that when they caught up with Batman, we see Damian. You see Damian, he's driving the Bat Hog. Now you see the panel above Damian, you can see a bunch of Batman. Well, they are, in a way. So we see Damian driving the Bat Hog. The thing is that eventually they caught up with him. So each Batman that we see on that panel, they have been caught up. They caught up with them, they tie him up, and they realize it's not Bruce Wayne. Till they caught up with the last one, which happened to be this one, which is Nightwing. So Green Lantern tells Nightwing, look, give me whatever you have in your bag because it's the most dangerous thing on this planet, and blah blah blah. And Nightwing says, okay, fine, I'm gonna give it to you. So he give it like a piece of branch. And Green Lantern goes like, say what? The thing is that branch, it happens to be the most strongest poison on planet Earth. And not only that, for some reason, kind of like wake up all cold on Swamp Thing. So Swamp Thing rise above the earth, from the earth actually, and start pushing everybody. Then from there we see, remember when Damian was driving the Bat Hog? Well, we see him there. Finally, Superman swoops in, goes through the truck and grabs Batman, and then he flies away. As you can see it here. Doesn't stop there. So finally, while they are talking, so Batman is telling him story about the metal. So now, All now the stories that Batman mentioned here, all those stories happen. I would say that most all of them happen on the New 52, starting with the Court of Owls. Yes, and then after that, when Endgame, when Batman had a fight to the death with the Joker. Remember that when they both fall off the cliff on the New 52, and all and kind of like lost their memory, and there's where the Batsuit comes out. Well, same thing. So then after that, we had because each episode of Batman's Adventures of Life, it has a different method. Well, believe it or not. So with the Court of Owls, it's called Electrum. 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 And then when he had the fight to the death with the Joker, I think it was called Endgame, it's called Dionysium. When after that event, when he lost the memory and Jim's going to become Batman with a robo suit, which if I'm not mistaken, well, that method in that moment in time is called Prometheum. And now is net metal, which is going on right here, is called net metal. So he's explaining all that. And so while Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are talking about it, for some reason, Wonder Woman should realize that, you know something, I don't really need to use my lasso of truth to see that this guy is not the real Batman. The thing is that for Superman to find out if it was the real Batman or not, unless that he knew it wasn't the real Batman in the first place, well, he just punched Batman through the chest. Check that out. Awesome. Love it. The thing is, it's not, obviously it wasn't Batman. Happened to be Clayface. The thing is that Batman used kind of like a microchip or micro recorder to record his heartbeat. Because according to Superman, Batman has a unique heartbeat. So he can recognize the heartbeat anywhere in the planet. So he kind of like record himself his heartbeat and give it to Clayface and tell him, okay, look, I want you to turn to look like me and have that on your chest, so that way you can fool Superman. Which he did. He actually did. Now, it has to happen. So I'm surprised that Batman told those 4 stories to Clayface while he was telling those stories to Superman while when they were flying. I know. I mean, this is the kind of story that instead of give you answers, well, that's not it. That's not the correct what I was thinking to say. It's a type of story that give you questions. It give you like, for example, give you 4 questions. Yeah. Just to throw a number out there. But they give you 1 answer. But after it give you that answer, it will give you 2 more questions. And so on and so forth. So it's more questions than answer. And that's typical of Scott Snyder. Mystery writing. Which, don't get me wrong, do not misunderstand me. I love Scott Snyder's writing. Some of you don't like it. I can understand it. But I love it. I love how Scott Snyder, when he decides to write a good story, oh, he can do it. He can do it. So back to the story. And then from there we see that this young lady over here, as you can see, well, guess who she is? She's Hawkgirl. Yep, the partner of Hawkman. Now, on the beginning of the story, you see a bunch of captions, and is the narration that it was written on Hawkman's diary before he became Hawkman. So, I mean, his name, what is his name? Cartel Hall. So, He died. He died anyway. So from there we go to Finisterre to the end of the earth, Antarctic lava pits, which I never heard of that before. So what the heck? So we see that this kind of like a spaceship or whatever hideout reminds me of animated DC cartoon when we see Gorilla Rod and a bunch of bad guys that they go to the swamp things, to the swamps of Louisiana, and kind of like a ship comes out of the water. It reminds me of this ship over here, top of it. So instead to be lava, it's water on the animated movie. Eh. So we see them, and then we see that they're talking with a bunch of members that is part of that kind of like an elite of people who've been living for centuries, many years, since the beginning of time, since dawn of man, actually, according to the story. So they're trying to figure out about this net metal. They know what can happen, so they're kind of like the guardians of the net metal. The thing is that one of the members, one of the newest member, happens to be Ra's al Ghul. Right here with he's right there, over here, on your left or on my right, on this page over here. You can see there Ra's al Ghul. So and then from there we go to where we see where this man Dreamer, which happens to be Sandman. He's talking to Batman, telling Batman, look, don't go there, don't open that, you're gonna make a big mistake, and this and that. So while they are talking, a funny thing I noticed is, you know, the lamp that Batman used on his forehead. Well, it's not just a lamp, it's a bat lamp. Look at it. It has the shape of a bat. Can you believe it? Right there. It's funny and dumb at the same time. I mean, of all kind of different shapes, he decides to use a bat lamp. I know. But what can I say? Hey, it's a story. So and then from there we see that Sandman walks away and Superman and Wonder Woman walks in the game. And they're trying to talk to Bruce Wayne. Like saying, look, Bruce, give us what you have on the back because you is too much power for you. You're not metahuman. You got no power. You're just a guy in a bat suit. And that woman digs that. So Batman said, no, all this happening because it's my fault. You see, according to the story, all this net metal is because Batman's fault. Batman seems like kind of like he opened the door for the dark universe. That's what Batman did. Whether it was direct or indirect, it happened. And it happened here. Let me see if I can find it. It happens in the Dark Days of Casting and the Dark Days, the other ones, the first two issues that came out before Metal. So the thing is, what he had on his back, I thought it was that piece of knit metal. Well, it was not. It happens to be Baby Darkseid. So Baby Darkseid was on the backpack all this time. So now we have a Baby Darkseid with his baby goggles, Baby Darkseid goggles. Check that out. And he's all fat and chubby. And he's all fat and chubby. He's kind of cute though. So the thing is that he takes out the baby like, I don't know, whatever. He says, oh, I'm going to use him. With this, I can control it because he's the only one that has the enough power to control the net metal. Superman says, look, don't do it. Wonder Woman, she's kind of getting crazy. Look, forget about that. Give us the baby. Not because you got Darkseid in the size of a baby. That doesn't make him less dangerous. Darkseid, still Darkseid, whether he's a baby or grown up, he's still dangerous. And Batman said that, don't worry about it. It's a baby, don't worry about it. I can control it. That's what Batman said. The thing is that before Batman can use baby Darkseid, guess who shows up? A bunch of demons. Right there in the last panel. Look at that. The same demons that show up on the last issue, the chapter 1. So they are kind of happy. Oh, finally, we finally get out after all this year. And not only that, some member of the Court of Owls also shows up. You see, the Court of Owls is part of all this. They're kind of like buddies with those half men, half spirits, half ghosts, half whatever. With those monsters or demons. I need my coffee. So a lot of stuff is I mean, this issue, a lot of stuff is happening one after the other. You just go like boom, boom, boom. Like I said before, more questions than answers. So the thing is that once those demons shows up, Batman tried to talk to them and say, look, I'm going to use it, stay away from me. The thing is that Batman gets attacked. He kind of like melted because you see on the floor, it's kind of like a red goo. Kind of is just kind of like melted. Excuse me. And a bunch of demon Robins shows up to attack the Court of Owls member. So seems like, so here we go again. More questions than answers. Since the beginning, as far as I understood, the Court of Owls knew about the Need Metal. They had the power. It's what gave them some of Court of Owls powers, because that's the thing about the metal. It gives you different kind of powers. You can live forever, you can be superhuman, super smart, super ugly, super cute, whatever. I mean, whatever powers, I assume that whatever powers you can come up with, the metal can give it to you. At least one of them. So Batman disappears on the red goo. A bunch of demon Robins shows up. They came out of that hole to attack the Court of Owls member. Obviously, they are dead. And they say, grow or grow. And they all sing, or they all saying grow, grow, grow. CROW, whatever that means. If someone know what that means, I know that a crow is the blackbird. But on the story concept, I have no idea what it means. Anyway, the thing is that somebody on the back is talking to them, going like, that's right. Heal, boys. Okay, fine. And we see Superman and Wonder Woman lying on the ground, tied up with that some kind of like a black, kind of like a, think of it, Venom symbiote, kind of, tied down on the floor. And they'll say, where is Bruce Wayne? So now, and then after that scene goes, that voice says, look around. And guess who we see? We see the whole dark version of the Justice League. I would say the dark version of the Justice League. And all those little demons happen to be each Robin that Batman has on this universe. And that was the end of it. So we see that it's not the end of it yet. And then from there we see that the main guy that have that has the spike on his head, kind of like reminds me of this movie, Pinhead from the 80s, Hellraiser. Kind of reminds me of him right there, that one there. So he starts talking, and while he's talking, seems like he attacked Superman and Wonder Woman, and he says, "Welcome to the dark." So we see kind of like Wonder Woman and Superman kind of like getting skinnier, turning them into bone and skin. So I don't know. So that was it. And then next is the rise of the Dark Knights. That was it. That's the end of the story. I mean, to be such a short story, it has a lot of information, but it has more question than answer. I mean, a couple of answers. I mean, a couple of questions that I had from my previous reading, he can answer. I was happy. It was like all smile. But then again, I got more questions again. So that's part of how Scott Snyder writes his stories, which I love it. Don't get me wrong. But it's an awesome story. So if you're not reading it, go get it. And to me, this is a 5 out of 5. I mean, I've read all Scott Snyder from the New 52 up to now stories, and I love Corval's, Death of the Family, and all that, Endgame, you name it, so on and so forth. But this one, whoa! Now this one is deep story, kind of like seems like yeah, it's kind of like I read a lot of different stories that had to do with Batman, different stages. And this is kind of like, okay, I'm going to write a story about the dark side of Batman, kind of like the universe of Batman. Although here on this the story, since the universe is 50, the multiverse, so now we have a dark multiverse, which will be interesting to explore. A lot of stories will come out of that. So I will give it 5 out of 5. It was an excellent story, like the pace, like I said, less answers and more questions. The art, well, is done by Greg Capullo, which excellent artist, the best of the best. So if you're not reading it, go and get it because it's really good. It's really good. And I'm really enjoying the heck out of these stories. Really having fun to sit down. I mean, this is what makes kind of stories like this doesn't have to be done by Scott Snyder. But stories like this makes worthwhile to sit down on the table or chair or sofa or whatever, have your glass of coffee or tea. In my case, it's either wine or coffee. But each one of you will whatever that you like to drink, just sit down and read and enjoy a good reading. And to me, this is it. I'm really having one heck of a time reading it. And I will give it, for the third time, 5 out of 5. Well, guys, this is it. I hope that you like this video. See you later. Bye.